too many. And for those that are guests this evening, it is Joe Jones. Joe has been the Toastmaster of the Year before. He does outstanding jobs with youth groups. He also sponsors and facilitates a program called Transitions for people that are in between jobs or looking to bolster their ability to prepare and deliver one-on-one interviews, resumes, and so forth. This evening, somebody took the introduction.
Boy, that's got solid stuff.
No problem. I haven't memorized it, so.
It's an easy word.
Let's use the word of the day.
Joe Jones is giving the keynote speech for the National Honor Society induction ceremony tomorrow night at King High School. His objective is to inspire the audience to embrace the values of the society, leadership, service, and character. His speech is titled, Just Like You. Let's give a warm applause and welcome to Joe Jones.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you. Really, I mean, I am so impressed by this group. You're looking good, dressed up and everything. In fact, I'd like you to turn to the person immediately to your left and the person immediately to your right and tell them, you're looking good.
Looking good.
You're looking good. Sue, I'll step over and say, you're looking good.
All right. Most of your lives, at least the last 10 or 12 years, have been invested in developing academic maturity. And many of you will continue that development on through college. Equally important to academic maturity is career maturity. Because at some point, you're going to need to go out and find a job and earn a living. And that's my field of expertise. And you're at the perfect age to begin thinking about what you're going to do with the rest of your life. I teach career development and job search to teens and adults so that they can live great lives supported by work that they enjoy. I see anywhere from 20 to 100 unemployed people every week in these ministry meetings. And you can tell when they walk in the room which ones are going to be successful in their job search and which ones are going to have a difficult time. The ones that are going to face a difficult search, we kind of unofficially call them the drifters. They come in and their body language is beaten. Their shoulders are slumped. They have very tentative movements. When we ask them to stand and introduce themselves, they're very hesitant. Those are the drifters, and they're going to have a long, rough time. And at the other extreme, there are people that walk in through that door that have their shoulders back, their head held high, and they just exude confidence. Those are the people that we call the go-getters. And the go-getters are just like you. The drifters don't have a clue as to what type of work they're looking for. That's one of the reasons we call them the drifters. They're like a scanner in a radio. For about 8 seconds they want to do this, and well, maybe that's not right. And then they want to try to do this, and no, that's not right. And they can't make up their mind, and they take no active direction towards any particular goal. Where the go-getters are people that come in, they assess their situation, and they make an effort to point themselves in a focused direction, and they're able to network properly and be able to obtain employment much more quickly. These people are goal setters and achievers, just like you. The drifters tend to take the path of least resistance. They're the ones that when we ask them, what do you do every day for your job search? They tell us. They sit at home in their bunny slippers in front of their computer, hoping that their ship came in the night before on one of the job boards. Right now, 71% of the people that are currently employed have no passion or enthusiasm for their work. Many of them were drifters. Which is really sad when you think about it. The goal setters, the go-getters have a vision, and they're determined to do whatever it takes to reach their vision. They're determined to do the things that other people aren't willing to do to reach their goals. Those people are just like you. The drifters are an emotional mess. They let the fear of the unknown destroy their confidence. They cry, they rant, they complain. The go-getters have the same fears, but they don't let them take control of their life. They get knocked down 7 times, but they get up 8. They've got emotional intelligence, the go-getters do, just like you. The drifters shun networking because they're too intimidated to go out and meet new people. This extends their job search, as many of you know, because you've probably heard that networking is an important part of job search. The go-getters have the social skills to win friends and influence people, just like you. Goal setters, visionaries, determined to succeed, emotional intelligence, and social skills. Those are 4 characteristics that we find in the most successful job seekers. And guess what? One of the values in the National Honor Society is leadership. And those same 4 characteristics apply to every leader I've ever met, because they're alike, just like you. Another value that the National Honor Society teaches is the development of character. Now, why is character important? Character is important because your character determines your destiny. I had somebody ask me recently, Joe, how do you develop character? Can it be developed? Let me give you a practical and psychological type of answer to that. Every one of us in this room has approximately 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts go through our mind every day. And those same thoughts, about 70% of them at least, we repeat every day. They become programmed into our subconscious. And so when that happens, we take those thoughts and we take action. And we either do something or we don't do something. And when we do something and we take action repeatedly, that action develops into what's known as a habit. And our habits are what determine our character. But you know, that still doesn't answer the question, how do you develop character? Your character is the net difference between your good habits and your bad habits. So if you want to develop your character, you work on eliminating what? Your bad habits and substitute good habits. And if you do, you'll develop your character. For example, in school, I'm sure you all have some good study habits and some bad study habits. Evidently, in this group, you've got a predominance of good study habits because you've all got excellent grades or you wouldn't be sitting in here tonight. So you know how to develop your character. Drifters have kind of another unsettling characteristic. It's always bothered me. They're takers. Have you ever known somebody that their whole life is nothing but what's in it for me, and they're a taker? All they do is take. They never give. All of us at some point in our life are going to cross a bridge. And hopefully all of us will cross this bridge from being a taker to becoming a giver. Now, being a giver means being of service to others. It doesn't mean indentured servitude. It just means helping others out when we can. And in fact, service is one of the values of the National Honor Society. Now, when I counsel people who are lost in their job search, I ask them 5 questions. And these 5 questions may be valuable to everyone in this room, because these 5 questions all have to do with our purpose in life. The first question is, who are you? Do you really know who you are? Second, what do you do? What skills do you have? And there are skills assessments that we use to determine that. The third question is, where are you needed? Not so much where you'd like to go, but where are you really needed? Because if you want to be valued as an employee, go where you're needed. The fourth one is, who do you serve? Who's your customer? Who do you serve? And the last one I think is the most important one, and that is, what difference will you make in their lives? The answers to these questions point toward a life of service, which is one of the most important values of the National Honor Society. And I know some of the community service activities that many of you participate in. And that's another reason that a lot of other people should be, want to be, just like you. In conclusion, I'll have to admit, scholarship, service, leadership, and character, these are the values you're expected to live as a member of the National Honor Society. That's a lot of responsibility. So how are you going to know if you're living up to the values of the society? I've got one simple answer to that. One of these days, a brother or a sister or someone that you've helped along the way is going to look at you respectfully and say, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. And 47 years from now, I was a member. I was a member of the National Honor Society 47 years ago.